In this video, I'm gonna show you how I get unlimited inbound leads for my own business as somebody that hates outreach. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to see not only how I do it, but how you might be able to do the same thing in your business. What would it be if there was a button that you could simply push, and when you push that button, it would literally create people with dollar bills in their hand, like you see right here, ready to give you money and buy your services and your products? How cool would that be? Now, if you watch this video till the end, you'll see exactly how I've done this in my own business and how you might be able to do the same thing with your own business. Now, very quickly, this video is for you if you hate outreach and you're currently struggling to get clients for your agency, your business, your coaching, or your freelancing, and you want to attract clients on autopilot. So what I'm going to share with you today is not easy. It's not like get rich quick type of thing, but it's a simple process that I followed in my own business and completely transformed my own business and my life. Now, I know what you're probably thinking right now. Who the fuck are you and why should I listen to you? So the short answer is you don't have to, but you see right here that this is what my Stripe looks like in the last 4 weeks. And specifically, you see that in net volume, I did $27,000. Now, I wanted to show you my Stripe very quickly right here so you see that this is legit. Stripe doesn't have a version for iPad, which is why it looks kind of weird. I don't know how this looks like on your end, but if I go 4 weeks and I refresh this right here, you see that yesterday, in fact, we made $2,800, and the last 4 weeks, we've made $28,000. So what I'm about to show you is something that actually works, and it's the exact system that allowed me to get unlimited inbound leads in my own business. Right now, the way that you might be getting clients is with outreach, and the way that this felt for me, and it might feel for you as well, is that it feels like you're chasing or begging to get clients. You're literally cold calling people, getting cussed on the phone, sending DMs that nobody replies, and it just feels like you're always in a position of like lower value in relationship with your client. The whole thing right here is that the people that you do get a chance to talk to have low interest, which is why most of the times they stop talking to you or they ignore you after a while, and they have no sort of trust whatsoever in your services. Even if they are interested, they just don't trust you at all. What this felt for me specifically is that I was running a web design agency doing this exact outreach strategy that I saw online, but I just felt completely burned out. Cold DMs, cold calls, all that stuff, as I already mentioned, just to feel ignored. And what this meant is that I was constantly stuck below $5,000 a month. I have this photo here, which might be what you look every day trying to cold call businesses or sending DMs or whatever it may be, and just people not replying to your services. Now, the thing is, and I had this breakthrough when I talked to a agency owner that was making 3 to 5 times more in revenue than what I was at the time. So at the time I was like between $4,000 to $5,000, and this other business owner that I networked with was making $15,000 to $20,000. So I'm just curious, like, how did you get to that point? I haven't been able to cross even $5,000. Long story short, I might make a video on that specific lesson that I learned from him. But what I took away was that in order to get leads, you need a system. And what I needed to do at the time is that I needed to solve for overall throughput. How many people can I actually sign at the end of the month given my efforts? So here's the thing. As I already mentioned, most people don't care about your offer. Most people don't trust you, even if they need your offer. And getting water, which I'm going to show you in just one sec, across feels impossible. So just think of this funnel as if you were dumping water right here, but it's fully clogged. Like there's a lot of like dirt and all this stuff right here, no matter how much water you put. But if your openings right here are very small, you're not going to be able to get that much water at the end or at the bottom of this funnel. In our case, water would be dollars, and it would be the ability specifically to turn attention into dollars right here. So this was the problem that I faced when I was doing outreach. And after talking to that agency owner, I knew that essentially what I had to do is widen my funnel. So I needed to have a funnel that looked like this, as opposed to having a small, tiny straw right here, where on the top I would be trying to put water, which would be like attention, like my prospecting. And at the bottom, I would just get single drops of revenue. I needed to have a big funnel, as I already mentioned, that would allow me to have a lot of water, a lot of profit. So I know my drawings are not the best, but just hang in there with me. Now, after talking to this agency owner, what I realized is that most people try to force the bottom of the funnel, which is the conversion, but they ignore the top. The people that do get to talk to you, you're trying to force them to try to close them into clients. So you're essentially having this stage of your funnel be wider than the top. No matter how much you put at the top, you will be constrained by the amount of attention and then interest that you get in your business. So no matter if you have crazy type of tactics and all that stuff in your funnel and your sales goals, if you're not getting enough people, it's just gonna make it so that you keep struggling and won't have unlimited leads. So the way that I fixed this, after long story short, was by fixing that top, and more specifically how I fixed the top of my funnel, which was getting more attention and more people interested in my services, was when I started a small micro YouTube channel. Now, the way that I went around my client acquisition strategy is that I started posting videos that solved real problems. And I'm going to give you the specific example in just one sec. Why this was so effective is that these videos were targeted specifically at my ideal prospects. So as opposed to cold calling, where you're literally interrupting someone, bothering them. Let's say somebody on YouTube was looking for my services and they came across my video, they would naturally be clicking that video and consuming my content because it was somebody that had a problem and my video solved or talked about that problem. Now, not only did these videos attract my ideal prospect, but throughout the whole video, kind of like what I'm doing right now, by sharing value, informing the viewer, which is you in this case, I was able to build trust before they naturally reached out to get my services. This is why it made it easier for myself and solve that top section of my funnel. I was able to consistently turn strangers into inbound leads and subsequently paying customers. So let me show you the specifics as to how I actually did this. So it all starts with attention and clients that are already on YouTube. I realized after a long time that the people that I was trying to reach were already on YouTube, which is in my case business owners wanting to build a website on High Level, which is a software if you don't know what High Level is. What I did next is that I started building content for that specific avatar, for my ideal prospect. So you see right here, this video is build a beautiful Go High Level website with crazy custom effects. Now the thing here is that I'm not trying to go viral. I'm just trying to get it so that my ideal prospect clicks on this video. Now once they click on this video, what I do is that I show them exactly, in my case, how to build a website, take them through a step-by-step, kind of like what I'm doing in this video as well, but in this case was for web design, showing them tricks, best practices and all that stuff. And then after that, what I did is that I would just mention, by the way, if you're too busy to do this yourself or you want me, the web design expert, to do this for your business, just go on my website and book a call. That's it. Super simple. From YouTube content, now I was able to start booking more leads, and it literally felt like I was just getting unlimited inbound leads. Now you may be wondering, like, how the hell does this work, or why does this work? Well, it works because the people that are clicking on these videos is not just the mass market. It's in a smaller sub niche, but there are people that are high intent. They have high intent to buy. The second thing is that we're not doing any sort of cold calling, cold pitching, any of that stuff. So we're not bothering or interrupting people. They themselves are choosing to click on our video. They themselves are choosing to stay. And if they get value, they themselves are choosing to go on our website, buy our stuff, book a call, and so on. Because of this, we not only able to build more trust, as I already mentioned, but we're able to close at a higher closing percentage, even if we're not like sales experts or any of that stuff, and we're able to charge higher prices as well. When I did this change in my agency, I stopped from feeling like I was bothering people trying to sell them my websites to naturally helping prospects that already had this problem solve this in their business. So you go from selling to helping or serving somebody in their business. You gave value first on the videos. So all of a sudden there's this kind of like law of reciprocity. You've already received so much value. Now I cannot trust this guy. I'm compelled to work with him specific. So when you do this, that's kind of like what I already mentioned. You're going to solve every single stage right here. So not just the attention stage with like literally capturing traffic that is already on YouTube, the interest by positioning your video and your thumbnail in such a way where your ideal prospect is willing to click, consideration, intent, and conversion kind of go like with the video and with the page that you have to sell as well your products. But that is how I'm able to get inbound leads for my own business, and I don't have to do cold calling, any of that stuff. I follow this exact system in my business, and it completely transformed, scaled to $20,000 a month consistently for many months. And literally the push button that I was talking to you in the beginning of this video is when I hit publish on that YouTube video, there's a high likelihood that I'm going to get more business, more inbound leads, and ultimately help me grow my business. So with that being said, if you're a business that would like me to help you implement the systems, frameworks, content strategy to build a business that gets inbound leads on YouTube, click the link below and let's talk.